from the ocean. We are ready for a break because we have international airport. We are working on our seaport, and if we have the seaport, the international airport, and other social infrastructure that are in Akwa Ibom, then we are ready. And we have our independent power plant. Then we can leapfrog our economic development through the break.
Matters relating to the proposed deep sea port in Akwa Ibom State, the legal framework should be perfected so that a takeoff can be assured.
I do think there are structures, but employment is it. So I don't know. We have the one-story building over there, and nobody's on there. Maybe they can fix people. That would help.
Economic experts are insisting that the federal government must do things differently to complement the efforts of the state government by extending rail lines to the state to ease movement of goods and services from other parts of the country to Akwa Ibom State.
The federal government will come this direction, helping, assisting, giving us one very big thing that the federal government has done is a legislation on electricity that we can now grow
When you look at what is on ground for now, the priority should be how to create wealth. You know, it's an oil producing state. You know what that means, and we believe that the young ones must be carefully employed. That will reduce vices. We know that one of the basic things that government should ensure for the people is general infrastructure and security for social, services to flow.
The people are hopeful that the intervention of the federal government in some critical areas will help the people enjoy dividends of democracy. In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
And now the governor's visit to Christ the King School. Akwa Ibom State's Governor Umoino has vowed to remodel all government schools across Akwa Ibom State to standard. The governor made this known during an on-the-spot assessment of Christ the King Primary School, Wellington Bassey Way, Uyo, where the governor offered automatic promotion to the headmistress of the school in appreciation of her hard work. Calvin Samuel reports.
Education is said to be the mother of development, hence the effort of government at all levels so as to achieve the desired results. In Akwa Ibom State, for instance, the new administration is not leaving anything to chance in ensuring its citizens have access to quality education, which, according to the governor, is an integral part of their rights agenda. To kickstart the intervention in all government primary schools across the state, the governor paid an unscheduled visit to Christ the King Primary School, Wellington Bassey Way, Uyo, where he inspected facilities with the hope to commence upgrading. The governor notes that the education system in Akwa Ibom State is about to experience a total turnaround, both in the area of infrastructures and provision of needed academic materials to encourage hard work among pupils.
We want to start here to create that model primary school we talked about. They are vacating on the 28th. We'll use this holiday to remodel this school, working very hard with the Ministry of Housing, the architects. We're setting up a small project committee that will be headed by the SSG to make sure that they translate our dreams in terms of the design, supervision to reality. Any school we renovate will have teachers live there, and for those teachers that will live there, I'll give them a little allowance to encourage them, particularly in the rural community.
Excited by the visit, the headmistress of Christ the King School, Eme Bassey, while appreciating the governor for the gesture, calls his attention to their major areas of concern.
Believing God, more things are coming to this school. In fact, the teachers, even the pupils here, they will enjoy the school. So another question I want to make, that they don't have textbook. If you give them textbook from here, from ACC primary one, they will know how to read. Because I can still recall, I went to a primary school. How can somebody pass through from ACC to primary school? He cannot read. That doesn't make sense for that child to go to secondary school.
The remodeling work is to commence the moment schools go on vacation this session. High points of the event were the interactive session with pupils and offer of automatic promotion to the headmistress in appreciation of her hard work. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
Internal communications in an organization should be clear, concise, without ambiguity, and must be delivered timely when an employee needs it. This resonated at a capacity workshop for Niger Delta Development Commission's Corporate Affairs Department. Weston Jacob has details.
The capacity building workshop with the theme Building Capacity for Excellence brought together staff of the Corporate Affairs Department from states under the Commission. Declaring the workshop open, the Managing Director NDDC, Dr. Samuel Obuku, represented by his Chief of Staff, noted that the Corporate Affairs Department is one of the themes that is very dear to the Commission because it interfaces with the society. Hence, they are the branch managers and custodians of information.
We must work as a team. For the big team to succeed, all the smaller teams and units within the team must up their games as we all individually and collectively aspire to be active players in building super team.
Most of them are new. They need to be at least trained and given the tools, let them work and function effectively in their various states.
To deepen their skills, deal with evolving trends and technology in communication. You know, a lot of things change every day. A few years ago, social media was not as pervasive as it is today. It has changed. What challenge does that pose to public communication? Because public communication is about getting the general public to buy into the operations, into the activities, into the agenda.
A strategic approach is critical to dispel mistrust. Experts suggest that the management communication approach built around SHOC, SHOC, which stands for Strategic Communication.
Now, public communication has to do with educating, informing, persuading, entertaining, building relationships, and pushing for change.
Some participants bare their minds.
Communication has to be effective when we are relating, even in the commission and outside, what we project outside, which is very important because sometimes you could communicate and when it's not effective, now from the sender to the receiver, there could be barriers kind of.
Communication is a key in every corporate office. The downward communication and upward communication is paramount. There need to be a balance.
We have learned that internal communication is very key in an organization as such as NDDC, where information should skate down from the top to the bottom.
In Uyo, Wisdom Jacob, NTA News.
Still to come, medical experts and stakeholders caution young athletes to desist from using performance-enhancing drugs in sports. Details when we return.
Welcome to Prisma International Hotels, located at number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afarafort, Overback Road, Uyu. When it comes to hospitality industry, nothing compares with comfort, exquisite services, and top-of-the-world security. These are what make Prisma Hotels a household name. At Prisma Hotels, you are assured of lavishly furnished, spacious rooms and suites with complimentary breakfast, top-class Blue Sea swimming pool, VIP and poolside bars, as well as restaurant where African and continental dishes are served at pocket-friendly rates. These are not all. There is high-speed internet service, closed-circuit television, spacious car park, 24-hour power and water supply, sparkle laundry and dry cleaning services, and above all, combat-ready security operatives. So whenever you are in Uyo or you are a resident in Uyo, capital city of Akwa Ibom State, make Prisma Hotels number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afarafort, Overback Road, Uyo, your choice, and you will cherish the experience. For bookings and inquiries, please call 081-3166-6660 or 0915-509-9989. Prisma International Hotels, hospitality par excellence.
now to the rest of the news. Eye specialists have advised Nigerians against usage of unprescribed lenses to avoid permanent blindness. Zose Were, who sampled the opinion of an eye expert and some Nigerians, filed in this report.
Fashion and health should not be mixed because of the damaging effects of the latter. This is the position of opticians and ophthalmologists who have raised concerns over rising cases of eye defects caused by wearing of unprescribed glasses by many Nigerians, especially the youth, all in the name of fashion. The experts have identified itching, dryness, blurry or double vision, and persistent headache as well as soreness in the eyes and around the eyes as some of the dangers of wearing unprescribed glasses.
Depending on what your needs are, we can give you a pair of lenses. A pair of lenses might not necessarily mean you have an issue. It might have to do with your job. People that are like our biggest customers are people that are in tech, people that are in the banking sector, people that are in information technology and everything. What do they all have in common? They spend a lot of time on the screen. So they may not have issues, they just need something to shed. Before you are certified okay, you have to do a test. Because if you go there and just buy glasses, the odds are that the person you patronize for those glasses might not be a trained professional, maybe an optometrist, an ophthalmologist. The person might not be even a trained optician. The person might just be a quack operating.
Despite the warnings by the medical experts, some Nigerians share their views on why they use glasses.
Maybe they have some medications. Some have it to correct their sight, like the one I'm using now. It's for sight and also for reading. And also as you advance in age, your sight becomes dimmer. So I think that could also be one reason.
I'm wearing the glasses for medical purposes. I'm short-sighted. But mostly nowadays, people are mostly wearing glasses for fashion, sunshades and all this other stuff. But my own is medicated.
Glasses to aid me in reading, that I don't have to stress my eyes. You know, before I get my glasses, I discovered that if I read too much, water will be running down my eyes. But since I started using the lens, it has stopped.
Prolonged use of laptops and phones, that's why. And then watching television in a room that is enclosed, no light. So those are the basic things. When we were children, we were always playing. We had our time to play outside, do other things. But now, parents think the only way they can engage their children is to give them a phone to play with.
It protects my eyes, especially when it's dusty and there is much sand. Like when I'm walking on the way, buses pass and the breeze comes, and it doesn't affect my eyes because I'm wearing a sunshade. I could notice most of the times when I don't wear it, bus passes by and all the sand might just affect your eyes.
It is strongly advised that one must see an optician for proper examination and prescription before buying a sunshade or medicated glasses for use. Health is wealth, so take good care of your eyes to avoid eye problems. In Uyo, Zose Were, NTA News.
Henceforth, any motorist who drives against traffic in Akwa Ibom State will be subjected to psychiatric tests and made to bear the costs. The State Sector Command, Federal Road Safety Commission, Matthew Olanishaye stated this in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Clement Barakwe has details.
Available statistics by the Federal Road Safety Commission shows that 1,441 lives have been lost in Nigeria between January and March 2023 due to road crashes. These deaths result from 2,733 crashes. Wrong-way driving, also referred to as driving against traffic, is among the leading cause of these deaths. Investigation reveals that pedestrians are the major victims of wrong-way driving, and the most pathetic is that some of these drivers engaged in what is popularly referred to as hit and run. In Akwa Ibom State, for instance, wrong-way driving constitutes nuisance on major roads such as the new Ring Road 3 and the Idongesen-Kanga Way.
The issue of one way along this place is also another serious factor, because some of these vehicles that want to come and maybe pour laterite for people around here, when they turn, they want to use one way. They will not want to go and turn the other way.
Driving against the traffic is very, very, very dangerous. It's quite unfortunate that people that do that, they need, even without anybody telling them, they are supposed to go and meet a specialist, psychiatric, that they are sick or they are sick mentally. So please, they need help.
The Federal Road Safety Commission says it is strategizing on ways to bring perpetrators to book.
Yes, what we'll do is we will continue to sensitize members of the public on the dangers inherent in driving against the traffic. We'll use our public education department to ensure that people comply with the rules and regulations guiding the usage of the road.
For now, pedestrians must apply caution while crossing or walking on the affected roads to avoid being a victim of wrong-way driving. In Uyo, Clement Barikui, NTA.
Micro, small and medium enterprises in Uyo are calling for policies that will strengthen the capacities of MSMEs development in Nigeria in the wake of subsidy removal to promote business stability. Evelyn Baduekbo, who interacted with some of these business concerns, reports.
Micro, small and medium enterprises are no doubt one of the drivers of the economy, as statistics by the United Nations proving that it accounts for about 90% businesses and 60 to 7% employment worldwide. Hence the need to reposition them to sustain businesses. Factors such as rising inflationary rates and transportation costs have continued to affect supply chains of MSMEs in Nigeria, leading to many businesses struggling to thrive.
This subsidy really affects everyone. It's not only me, it's affecting everyone. The way things are, even transportation is a problem. Our leaders should try and do something because everywhere is so difficult for a common man to live.
Like this motor, before like 700 naira thousand carry lot to this size from north to east, but now the money then increase more than 1 million naira. Like some young when they sell like 800 naira, now they are reach like 2,000 something.
The time they start market, they pay 1,000. Now they pay 3,000 go back, 3,000 come back because of the load.
Affecting a lot of business, many businesses. So it can't help. We are suffering.
Some MSMEs decry hardship faced in stabilizing their businesses following the subsidy removal. How can the government enhance the ease of doing business to cushion this effect?
They give us a little loan to sustain our business, at least from small, no matter how small it is.
And maybe you lose the fuel for us a bit because the fuel costs too much and not you sell the market again. You sell this market and not the job with my children.
I'm suggesting the government to do for us is to give us electricity. It's not an electricity of 2 hours per day. Because you can see we are running to fuel. You can say our light is on. If we off our gen now, nobody will enter here and see anything that will sample here. Our business is dying gradually. So government should rescue us and help us.
The micro, small and medium entrepreneurs also call for effective tax management on traders and businesses to encourage stability. In Uyo, Evelyn Baduekbo, NTA News.
To curtail issues of doping amongst athletes, the athletes must be given drug education and the dangers associated with it. This was the view of some key players who shared their views with a Cameroon Canning Ladoja. The reports.
Drug abuse among Nigeria's growing population is said to be on the increase, and sportspersons are not left out. History has it that ancient Greeks used performance-enhancing drugs as they experimented with herbal medications, drank wine potions, used hallucinogens, and ate animal hearts or testicles in search of potency. And since then, using of drugs amongst sportspersons has evolved. In modern times, some of the performance-enhancing drugs used are anabolic steroids, hormone and metabolic modulators, growth hormones, and beta blockers, with some Nigerian sportspersons accused of using them, and others even tested positive to these drugs and banned from competition. For these key players, sportsmen and women must be enlightened on the banned substances.
A lot of sports people, they use enhancement drugs. They use anabolic steroids a lot. You know, maybe they want to train more, they want to train longer, they want to be physically fit, but that is not even going to give them the results they're looking for, because it's a mirage. It's like a make-believe.
Let them know that these off-the-counter drugs, okay, they can take for maybe pain relievers, but even some of these pain relievers, when they test you, they have some ergogenic substances inside, that is drug enhancing, performance enhancing. So they are ergogenics. So when you test them, you find that. That's why when the coaches themselves know the dangers, they know which drug that contain a particular, even if it's off-the-counter drug, they know which one has certain elements of those banned drugs. Because should anybody petition and they are tested, those elements will be got. They say they are his own drug, but unknowingly the person has already ingested the drug in himself. But there are others who take it specifically for performance enhancing, without which they won't even be able to do what they're supposed to do. And then it continues, becomes a lifestyle, and if eventually they are hooked, they can't stop it.
They also advocated for continuous education for upcoming athletes on the dangers of using performance-enhancing drugs.
Both men and women, they do engage in drugs, and it's because of pressure, because of frustration, and because of that we need more education on drugs.
So we should give education right from the secondary schools. They having sports models, people you can look up to.
Awareness, and that is what we're doing, trying to catch them young.
Teaching sports persons and especially upcoming talents on the benefits of practicing sports without any form of performance-enhancing drugs, these key players said, will greatly reduce the abuse of drugs amongst sportsmen and women. In Makurdi, Ekemeren Kaneng-Ladoja, NTA News.
To end the news, a recap of the major stories. Akwa Ibom State's Governor Umoino has moved to remodel government primary schools in the 31 local government areas. Economic experts have urged the state government to invest in blue economy to create jobs and maximize the aquatic nature of the state. You also heard in the news that stakeholders have cautioned youth to desist from using performance-enhancing drugs in sports. That's our package this evening. Remember to be a star. Join NTA's campaign to stand against rape and rapists. I remain Okundem. Good evening.